경기장 도시형.
All right, man, here we go. Take it away.
Oh, I did mess up. Forgot to do the versus screen.
Yes!
Oh, God. All right, well,
Yes!
since we've already begun, it would just lose the effect if I did it now.
Go for it, man. It's all you. Take it away.
All
Take
right.
it away. It's all you.
All right, we've got coLMVP.CatZ here from Complexity. He is the yellow Zerg on the left
Don't
left
sound
side
too enthusiastic.
of Antigua Shipyard. And his opponent is Liquid.Sheth. It's going to be a Zerg versus Zerg here, Pain User. And this is my specialty.
It is indeed.
So look at that. Sheth already saying, have fun and good luck, Paulo.
Paulo.
Paulo's awesome, man.
He is really
He's so
good.
funny.
He's awesome.
God, I'm looking forward to seeing this because we have on one hand Sheth, who's a very consistent top-tier Zerg player who plays by the book. And then on the other hand, we have CatZ, who is also a very good Zerg, but doesn't necessarily play by the book.
CatZ is like Vans off the wall Zerg. That's CatZ's style.
Vans off the wall. Is
He's
that his
just
little
off.
slogan?
He's just off the wall.
Should see his autograph that he went ahead and slapped on our wall. It's like a piece of graffiti. It looks great.
It's awesome.
I want to show you guys that.
He's
if I get
actually
chance.
a very
Super
talented
talented artist.
artist, for sure. I think he developed that logo for Team Root and developed their original website, the first one that they ever put up.
Interesting.
And the logo work, I think he did as well.
Interesting. Yeah, Drewby and CatZ starting up Root together. Now they are, of course, moving on into Cole. But look at this. Sheth going for a 15 hatchery. That's pretty bold. Trying to get that economy opening going. And this is going back to what I was saying before. Sheth is kind of more of the Zerg player who plays by the book. CatZ is probably going to be the one who's going to be extremely aggressive here. I've seen things that Paulo does that is just insane. You said off the wall. You're going to see him do builds where he just drops, I don't know, infestors in your base. Unburrowing banelings inside your mineral line. He's so creative, so innovative, a very interesting player to watch. I'm really curious to see if CatZ can take a W here off of Sheth.
Yeah, I mean, he can certainly take a W. And, you know, in this format, that's all he needs to do.
Yeah.
So this format definitely, I think, better for CatZ. I think a best of against Sheth would be a pretty difficult hurdle for him to climb.
Yeah, there's only so many aces up your sleeve you can use, and eventually Sheth is going to catch on. Then he's going to be like, all right, well, in a best of 9, I'm not going to lose to that.
Well, I mean, it's just the sheer macro advantage that Sheth has. Even if Paulo has a great strategy and, you know, he manages to execute it really well, just the sheer number of units I feel that Sheth would have over him at any point in the game past the midway point, he should be able to deal with any discrepancy in strategy just because he has so many units.
So getting down to the core of it, it seems like CatZ's best opportunity to take a W here is try to surprise Sheth with one of his well-executed builds. And Sheth, in his defense, probably his best opportunity is just to hold it off and get into the macro phase.
Yeah, most definitely. I would totally agree with that. I think Sheth should be playing a defensive style, try and work his way into the mid or the late. And Sheth actually the first one to drop down a Baneling nest, none from CatZ just yet. Sheth also the first to drop a Spine Crawler, so getting a little bit of defense here up on the high ground, and then he'll run that down to his natural, I believe. Pending that there isn't some kind of crazy all-in, on the way.
Well, there's quite a few Zerglings here for CatZ. Total right now of Zerglings on the map is 12, and he's going to run into the natural now. Probably a good idea that Sheth left that Spine Crawler rooted because now it can stay up there and help defend the queens, while the one queen will go down. And CatZ takes a free queen kill there, which, man, any time of the day you can trade about 6 Zerglings for a queen, I'll take that.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And now he's going to get speed to kick in here, so Sheth will be able to ward off those Zerglings. Good timing by CatZ pulling out right there. Didn't want to get those Lings trapped in the natural.
Right.
And, you know, CatZ able to get that queen. He is going to lose his Lings here, however. He wasn't paying attention. A few will go down. Not the biggest deal in the world, but there is a counterattack from Sheth on the way over to the natural right now, and CatZ...
Does he have any defenses?
I think he has a sunken... Or a Spine Crawler. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, there you go. So he's going to bring it down. And he runs the drones away preemptively as well. That was very smart. Leaving one drone there. Not quite sure why. Now the Spine Crawler is getting surrounded, though. And if CatZ loses this Crawler, he is going to be in a lot of trouble. He's got to run the Queen down to help defend. Does he have a Transfuse ready to go? No, he doesn't. And the Spine Crawler stays alive regardless.
Yeah, those things are pretty buff.
Yeah.
300, right?
Yeah,
they do have 300.
He
Wow.
actually only took it down to 89, so it still had a beefy chunk left to it before it would have went down.
Yeah, interesting.
And now Sheth making a Baneling. Just one, though. Outside of the natural of CatZ. So he's going to try to be semi-aggressive here, but he knows there's a Spine Crawler there already, so I'm not quite sure what he's trying to accomplish. Maybe just posturing a little bit?
Yeah, that's definitely an option here. Oh, I thought that Baneling was actually going to go off on quite a few more units than it actually did, but
yeah,
CatZ able to get enough out of that Baneling to make it worthwhile, and he does have a few more on reserve, just kind of hanging out at the natural.
That was a good opportunity for a manual detonate. And sometimes when you're using Banelings, and I'm speaking from a Zerg perspective here, when you're using Banelings in a Ling Bling war...
When else would you be using Banelings?
Exactly. You do have to sometimes... yes, you do have to sometimes manually detonate them, because if you don't, the AI of Banelings is a little weird, and sometimes they'll just run, but they won't detonate, and sometimes you've just got to manually override that.
Oh, you told me about another cool trick, sort of like that... what were you saying the other day? Like unburrowing Banelings as opposed to manually detonating them when they're inside of a pack of Marines? Like,
yeah,
they auto-detonate on the most targets?
Yeah, it's more efficient that way, because then they'll actually target a unit and then detonate, rather than just detonating in the area.
Okay.
And it's instant, so it's always better to unburrow your Banelings if you're trying to do a Baneling bomb than to, you know, hit X.
Yeah, so if you unburrow a Baneling that's in range of a single Marine, but it's like right on the edge, it just instantly explodes on that Marines. The Marines, like the pack of Marines, won't have time to shoot the Baneling and kill it as it comes up.
Correct.
Okay. That's the most important thing. That's all that matters.
Right.
Like, if they could kill one of the Banelings when you were unburrowing, then it wouldn't be worth it.
Yeah, correct.
But if it doesn't, if they don't kill them...
Well, even if they killed the Baneling while it was unburrowing, it would be just as effective as if you were manually detonating them underground anyways.
That's true.
So it's always better.
At the minimum.
Oh!
Sheth pulling back very quickly right there, and good on him, because he almost lost his whole Ling pack right there, trying to work his way up. And he might lose a bunch of Banelings right here. They're all morphing. I don't know why CatZ didn't detonate those 2 Banelings on the 4 Banelings right there. At the very least, he would have taken out 3 for 2, and that's definitely worth it.
Yeah, that would have been interesting to see if he had chosen to manually detonate, but he did not. And
I don't know why. I mean, that was perfect.
I just don't think they were grouped up enough, and it's one of those situations where I don't know if it's actually going to kill the Banelings or not. But now Sheth is going to run in with those 3 Banelings, and he's going to try to do some damage. He's not going to commit himself here. And, oh, that was an opportunity, Pain User, for CatZ to detonate, but he didn't.
Yeah, absolutely. And now Sheth trying to go for the drone line here.
That's why Spine Crawlers are so important.
Yep. CatZ targeting down the Banelings right there. Gets all of them, but the Lings do get into the main. Great work by Sheth right there, sneaking his way around the back of the natural and arcing into the main. He's going to at least disrupt some. No drones go down, but
yeah,
he has disrupted CatZ quite a bit. He also scouted that infestation pit that CatZ threw down very early on.
Yeah.
So he knows CatZ is kind of rushing for relatively, well, he's not rushing, but he's getting relatively quick infestors here, and that's not out of the ordinary for CatZ. You will see that a lot.
And I was saying this before, CatZ is one of those guys who plays with an ace card up his sleeve. I think the one he's deciding to play out in this game here is the burrowed infestor trick, because he researched burrow already. And he's got an infestation pit down, like you said, pretty quickly. I've seen him use this before, the quick burrowed infestors, run him up and try to disrupt the economy as much as you can, but it got scouted. On top of that, because he went for the infestation pit so quickly and the burrow upgrade, his 3rd is very late as well. So I don't know if this is going to work anymore against Sheth, who has a good beat now on things.
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of exactly what I was talking about before the game.
7 infestors.
I think that Sheth's macro, and this is kind of where I said in the beginning of the late mid to late phase of the game, Sheth's really just going to start to pull away, and we see that right here. Sheth at 98, now 100 over the 88 supply of CatZ. So Sheth is really starting to pull away with this, and now that the 3rd is up and running for him, CatZ is really going to have to make something happen here with these burrowed infestors.
Yeah.
Because he's invested quite a bit. His 3rd is way later. He's falling back in supply. So, you know, the onus is really on CatZ right now to make something happen and do some damage. And these 3 infestors on their way in right now are bearing the onus on their heads as they work their way into Sheth's base here.
The Zergling's also running in here from CatZ.
Great run by.
Yeah, he's going to get inside the natural, and I think he's using this to disrupt all the units and distract them as he sneaks the 3 Infestors over to the 3rd.
Very well done.
Cute.
I think he should have saved a fungal right there, though. A lot of these drones will be able to run, although Sheth not paying attention. Going to lose almost all the drones at his 3rd. He hasn't even moved them. Oh, no, CatZ not focusing down the drones. He's going for the hatchery. I don't think that he's going to get the hatchery, though.
But, you know, he is attacking from many angles
killing a ton of drones at the natural, too.
Yeah, he's gotten 13 drones down already, and more continuing to drop from the 4 Infestors back here. That wasn't too shabby from CatZ, and really he hasn't lost a single thing yet. These Infestors are still alive, and Sheth is not making an Overseer. He doesn't have any detection. Hydra Den taking some damage.
He does have a Spore in his main, oddly enough. So
yes,
he has 1 detector in his main, but it doesn't even cover the back. Now, okay, so the Overseer's already done. He's looking for those Infestors. He can't seem to find the 2 in the back of the natural, and now he's going to start scouring the main. But look at the supplies. Even through all of this, dealing with all of this, Sheth has still managed to stay up on supply, 153 to 134 right now. So CatZ was focusing so much on microing those that he didn't even saturate his 3rd.
Yeah.
And you know, we kind of see this a lot with CatZ. I mean, he's such an intelligent player, and he has these great strategies, and he almost always makes it work out. He does a lot of damage, and then you go back to his base, and it's just like, oh, he didn't really capitalize on that at all, because he focuses on it so much. I feel like it really takes away from his overall macro and his overall drone production and his ability to stay on top of the game. Because, I mean, look at his 3rd right now.
It's not that.
It's not even close to saturated, nor is he producing a serious round of drones. He's kind of adding a few drones here and there.
Yeah.
With Zerg, I feel like you really need to kind of make a conscious decision. You're like, all right, I'm going to max saturate on 3 bases, and I'm going to do it as quickly as I possibly can or until I'm pressured.
Or I'm going to make all-out attacking units.
All-out attacking units and attack.
Yeah.
If you make a ton of attacking units, but you kind of sit passively, and you still haven't saturated your 3rd, which is the situation that CatZ's in right now, you're setting yourself up for a really poor late game. And I think that's kind of the situation that we're seeing here right now.
Yeah, I think you really explained it really, really well. From a Zerg perspective, you got to either say, I'm droning up or I'm attacking.
Yeah.
And CatZ, I don't know, man. He's doing a little bit of both. Drones, Infestors, and as a result, yeah, he's still in the game, but I feel like he could have grabbed a 4th during all of that chaos. He could have saturated the 3rd, grabbed the gold, and really stayed on top of Sheth. But as it stands right now, Sheth's been maxed for way longer. Sheth has 2,000 minerals banked up. They're both maxed out right now, so depending on how this battle goes, CatZ can still get ahead, but it's looking unlikely.
Oh, it looks like neither player is really going to go for the gold here.
Well, there it is.
There we go. CatZ just now dropping the gold, so he's going to be the first to take position in the midfield.
Yeah.
And this could actually bode well for CatZ in a way, because
look at the upgrades.
Oh, dear. 2-1 right now for Sheth. CatZ is at 0-1. He is going to get slaughtered unless he gets some great fungals off here. Let's see if he can do it.
No, he's actually the one getting fungled. There we go. Much better fungals on his side, but his roaches are just so packed tightly together that he's so weak. Even though Sheth only has a couple of Infestors here, his concave not the best either. Now he has to pull away. Do note his upgrades just caught up a little bit. He just got 2 weapons, but he's had to fall back. He lost that battle, even though he had the high ground. It just didn't work out.
Yeah, I'm not quite so sure why CatZ was trying to press down through that tight little choke there in mid. If we go back to mid real quick, I know that was very, very well done by CatZ right there. I'm not sure how many drones has he killed throughout this game.
46.
Oh my god.
And he is now finally ahead of Sheth. So this actually just got him right back
That maneuver right there is what put CatZ back in this game.
Yeah, I actually think he's ahead right now.
Yeah,
man.
He was way behind after that battle.
Yeah.
He needed something to happen, and we totally missed that, but looks like he is going to get the gold as well.
And now he's actually getting a little aggressive. He's getting his roaches getting cut out.
I think that was a huge mistake by CatZ right there.
It could actually be a game-ending mistake.
Yeah.
If he loses all his army here, he's going to be so vulnerable.
I mean, you just killed his natural and all the drones.
Yeah.
Why risk a pack of 20 roaches? When you know that he has this giant roach Hydra army, you're going to commit with 20 roaches and get them fungled? He might get these roaches fungled as well. There goes about 6 of them right there.
Yeah.
If the rest of them get fungled and taken out, this is going to be disastrous for CatZ. He's losing a majority of his army here, and he's just not doing any damage with them. He's just kind of running them around the midfield right now, trying to delay Sheth, but it seems just a bit like too much. He's losing too many units for nothing.
Yeah, and let's see back home how many units he's got left. He's got 5 Infestors burrowed underground. He may actually have to sack the gold now due to his over-aggressive nature. If he can sack the gold, he might still be in this game because he's done so much damage already
I
to
don't
CatZ.
think he can hold this position.
But he can't hold the position. Yeah, and he's trying to, which is the mistake here. And that could be it, man. He's losing the Spine Crawlers. The gold has gone down. Sheth is in control of this game. He's killed off the gold right now, and CatZ is in a desperate situation. He's trying to burrow Infestors and try to do whatever damage he can, but it's really a lost cause now as those Roaches and Hydras continue to bear down on his third and natural.
Yeah, and here they come, that original Roach Hydra army that Sheth has kept together throughout this entire game that he never really lost. And I think that's the important thing here is that Sheth kept his army together. Now he's bringing the mass exodus of Spine Crawlers down to the bottom left-hand corner. They're slowly waddling their way across mid right now as they pass the Xel'Naga Tower. Let's just watch those move in beauty, in unison.
This is the slowest
possible unit in the game.
Yes.
I don't know, the Hydra off creep is giving them a run for their money. It's pretty close.
It's the race between the slug and the tortoise. Oh, God. I think this game is pretty much all but said and done. CatZ is trying to get those poor Infestors.
I don't always run off creep. But when I do, I run next to a Spine Crawler, so I don't look so slow.
All things in perspective.
Oh, man.
Okay, well, I think Sheth has got this game in the bag, man.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt about it. Wait.
No, those guys have been there for a while.
If CatZ can find a way to hold this off,
I don't know,
might be okay. He did manage to take out the third there, and he's doing some damage to the natural. CatZ with his Navy SEAL Infestors.
What is he going to do about the Spine Crawlers on his creep?
Keeps launching joint strike missions on Sheth's base, and he's done quite a bit of damage with those Infestors.
Yeah, well, I don't know if that's going to be enough, man. Sheth is up in the natural, and he's only got a couple more Roaches to blast through, and once those are down, it's going to be just the buildings. And now it's just the hatchery, and the hatchery will fall. These 4 Infestors are trying to scurry away for their lives. They're just trying to find another place to attack.
Oh, the Infestors unwittingly run right under the Overseer.
Yes, unwittingly. Look at CatZ. He's even dropping changelings now.
Oh, yeah. CatZ is going full on what can I do to win from this point on mode. And I don't think there's much you can do because, like I said, before the game, that Sheth has the exceptional macro and that CatZ will execute those strategies, but his macro falls behind sometimes, and that's exactly what happened here.
The shame here too is I think CatZ had this game.
Oh yeah, CatZ had the game in the bag at the midway point. There was no doubt about it.
Yeah, and then like you said, why attack when you already killed off the natural of the Zerg? You're so far ahead at that point.
Yeah, maybe he thought he was going to end
your facial expression there was priceless.
I don't know. I mean, I can't explain that. That's something we'll have to ask Paulo one of these days. Remember that game you played in IPL TAC2? No, I'm just kidding. He did have a real good shot there. I was impressed. He almost took that.